Hey,
Kasey!
how are you?
Good. How are you? Hello, hello.
Oh, dude, I am freaking
We have.
awesome. I'm just making sure I can hear you properly. I can
All
only hear
right.
you in one ear
Testing,
for some
testing. How
reason.
do we sound?
Yeah. I can only hear you in one ear, but it's fine. I can hear
Okay,
you, so
one
it's
ear is better than
fine.
none.
Exactly. And now let's see if my camera is going to fight with me this entire time.
Perfect.
I'm like, wow, the moment that I join, everything
That's
goes
always
haywire.
how it goes. Always how it
Always.
goes.
Always. Never fails. Ever.
Oh my goodness. Well, happy
There
Friday.
we go.
Yes, there we go.
Happy Friday, man.
How has the day been? I mean, scattered. I mean, big leaguing me a little bit with the 15 minutes, but right on it. Impressive.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
just
I
kidding. I'm
know,
just
I
kidding.
know. Well, you know what it is? To be so honest, my ADHD kicks my ass every single day.
Okay.
I'm getting medicated in a couple weeks, so I'm like,
Congrats.
hopefully that will help. Thank you. I'm like, awful, but it's fine. So I'm like, I was doing my makeup and I was like, oh my god, I literally only need 10 more minutes and I just needed to get changed. I was like, whatever. So,
Oh my goodness.
but thank you for being cool with that.
Yes, of course. Always look great, and glad to chat with you again. Are you still doing the hair? Like, I know you were. What? That was a thing you were doing for a little bit, a while ago, right?
Well, oh, like doing hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny you say that because this week I was the first time I was back in like 2 months. And I
Okay.
just I go in like once a month. It's fine. Like
Yeah.
it's literally a day a month and then I get a little extra money and as a broke musician that is
Right.
more than enough. So I'm fine.
Are you full time and on Deadlands now? Like, how is it
Oh
like?
yeah.
Okay, nice.
Oh yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean I have been for a while now. I think I'm coming up on like a year and some months. Whenever Nita picked me up
Mm-hmm.
is when I went full
You
with
kind of had to,
Deadlands with
right?
Nita. Yeah, exactly. I'm like I can't be touring and then have a day job. It's just not
Right.
gonna work.
Yeah. Unless they're like super cool for some reason, but
Yeah.
pretty rare.
Yeah, exactly. And luckily, like that's what's going on with my hairdressing jobs,
Yeah.
that they are super cool and like I just come in. Sometimes she'll ask me to work like, she'll be like, "Oh, can you come in on this random Saturday?" And I'll be like, "Sure, yeah, I'm not doing anything." So if I can, I can.
Exactly, exactly. Got it going on. That's awesome. I'm very glad to hear it, and
Hmm.
I'm very appreciative too of you. Not I don't want to say guinea pigging with my idea here, but I'm very excited to get into it with you. And yeah, I appreciate it as always. But before we do, of course, Kasey,
Right.
I mean, last time we caught up was in Nashville around my birthday before the show there.
Yeah.
We were both a little bit out of it.
Oh my God, that was literally like the worst show for me ever. I was like, "Fuck!" I was so sad. I was so upset.
Hey, you pulled through,
Um,
you made it.
yeah, that's all you can do at that point. I mean, I going on fucking 6 days in a row on
Yeah.
a sick ass voice to think that it took 6 days to shit out was like honestly the only thing I could have asked for. But I'm like, why the fuck would we put Nashville at the tail end of it? But
Right.
whatever, it's fine. But how are you, bro? Like, before we even start, I want to know how you're doing.
Oh, well, thank you. Good, good. Yeah, staying busy. Just let's see. When we did catch up, it was kind of around the time I just got my new job at Yahoo. So that's been however many months
That's
now.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So things are good. Things are good. I don't think I'm gonna stay here in Memphis though. I'm not really digging it, but
Yeah,
other than that,
I
yeah.
I've been in Memphis, I think, like twice, and it's not the nicest in
It
certain
is the
parts
crime
of the.
capital of the country.
It is. So I mean, you just gotta keep your head on the swivel, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of like one of those people who is just like, if it happens, it happens. Like, which isn't
Damn.
good. Like,
Damn.
I'm aware,
Damn.
but like ignorantly, if that makes sense.
Understood.
So,
You gotta get out. Where are you looking to move in?
so I think Pacific time's a superior time zone, honestly, and I mean this because I'm from the West Coast and Portland and stuff. But I don't know. I fucking love Seattle. When I was there in February for the first time in a while, I was like, this is what I'm missing. This is what I am missing.
Wow.
So I'm like,
Wasn't it cold?
I mean, it's not that bad. You've been there, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been there like 5 times, and actually I've been there twice where it wasn't raining, and I was like, because
Whoa.
I mean, is it true that it's like literally raining all day every
No, that's a
day?
big myth. That's a big myth. Yes,
What?
yes, everybody says that, but like, here's the thing: is it rains more than like normal, like in other places, but it's not fucking every day. Like, so that's a big
Wow.
myth.
Oh my God, you're blowing my mind right
It's
now.
gorgeous out there, though. I promise.
It is. I mean, I remember I went over there in the summer. We went on like the Ferris wheel. You could see the fucking volcanoes on
Yeah,
like both sides of you, and the jellyfish in the water. I was like,
the
dude, this is
jellies.
crazy. I was literally like, what even the fuck is
I know,
this?
right?
Like, it was wild. It was wild.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about it. Las Vegas is kind of always an option because it's the fight capital of the world. So it's like
I love
I've been looking
Vegas.
at that one for a while. But yeah, but I miss beaches,
Like, Vegas
Casey.
is
There's none out
expensive.
here. There's no water
Dude, I
in
know
Tennessee.
it. That rips, bro. I've been looking at places to move to. I'm in New York,
Hmm.
and I was like, I started chat GPTing. I was like, what is a good place to
On
live that is
ChatGPT.
close to a beach? Yeah, like affordable, but has
Right.
to be close to a beach. And they pulled up Austin, Texas, and I was like, Austin,
Hmm.
Texas, maybe.
Didn't know they had their beaches or were known for
I
them.
didn't either, but it's apparently it's the Gulf Beach because it's like how
Oh.
Texas has like the right here, and then it's
Yeah.
like yeah.
I've heard Austin's fucking amazing though. I haven't been there. I have a friend who lives there, but I hear it's like an awesome city. So
I think I've been there like twice, but not enough to be like, oh,
to
let me move
say
here.
to have an opinion on it, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're figuring it out, but I'm good. Thank you for asking. Trying to do what we can. So all
Well,
right. Well,
yeah.
you teased me though last time, Casey, with the Pretty Wild and Kundalini. So I want to talk about that right away before we get into the other stuff that I had in mind. We got to talk about all the good stuff going on here. So I mean, after hearing it, fucking awesome. You said it was your favorite at the time, but now we got all these other songs coming and whatnot. Is it still standing? Tell me why it's so special to you. And
Oh my God.
by the way, when you told me about Pretty Wild right then when we talked about it, and I think I texted you and I said like, is she like fucking with me? Because their first so many songs are like straight up country. I was like, this is not it for me.
Yep.
But then
Yep.
they changed, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about. So it's amazing. Love it. Congrats on that song. But tell me about it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I do still think it's my favorite. And there's like so many reasons why, but like those girls, man, Jill and Jules are so fucking nice. They're so talented. They're so down to earth. Like when I met them, I was like just in shock of you never know like if they're gonna like be weird with
Right.
you or if they're just like for the clout type shit and like at the time Pretty Well was like a tiny bit smaller than us,
Hmm.
and not that I was like I just saw them. I was like, they're just gonna get fucking huge, and I really hope that like because I saw their spiritual stuff. They have like a lot of spiritual roots in them, and I was like, oh my god, I just hope that they are as cool as they are on the internet.
Right.
One's a fucking ninja. The other one, Jules, is a playwright, which I came to find out. She was
Amazing.
telling me about that, and I was like, holy shit, like they're so multi-talented and they exceeded my expectations beyond belief. Like they were just so incredibly welcoming and like not just to me either, but like to CJ. Like when we went and wrote Kundalini, like they were so nice and open with him and like some people are not that way.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were was just like holy fucking shit. And like they I will die on this hill. They are changing the fucking scene. Like every single day they their content has absolutely just blown everybody else out of the fucking water alone.
Hmm.
Like there's a reason why they go viral like every fucking week because they're insane and they're just so fucking good. And even Andrew Wade, man, like I had known of his work for so long, like Wage War, Day to
Hmm.
Remember, like he's just a fucking powerhouse producer. And to think that we were lucky enough to work with that fucking incredible combo was just mind blowing to me. And like, I was always like, oh my god, like if you guys need anything, like I want to help in any way that I can, not because you need it, but just because
I want to be a part of it.
Exactly. Like I want to be a part of it, and I just want to push you guys up as much as possible. Like I actually, right after we're done with this interview, I'm going to be reacting to Omens.
Oh,
and
yes,
I
great
have
song.
been skipping every reel because
oh, you haven't heard it yet?
No.
Oh, the new ones are great. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for it. But yeah, and Kundalini, like Kundalini alone, it's so different. Like, yeah. and it's also like, it's so pretty wild, but it's also so Deadlands. Yeah. And the fact that we had those two worlds collide and have it just be fucking chaos is like insane. And I think a lot of people did not like it, and I think because it was so different for us. But like when something's controversial, that's usually
you're doing something
a really
right. Yeah.
Sign. Exactly. You know, if everybody collectively says it's good or collectively says it's bad, it's like, you know, that's one thing. But when you get the controversial, when you get it from both sides, like, you know that you're doing something right.
I mean, that's pretty much the antithesis of Sleep Token. People love them.
Exactly. And I use them as an example all the fucking time of exactly what you just said. The amount. Why do people? Or I guess I should say, why did people hate Spiritbox for so long? And now look at them. Yeah. Because they were doing some different
I got my Spiritbox shirt on right now.
Dude, I was literally going to put my fucking Tsunami Sea tortilla on too. We were going to twin.
Hell yeah. The synergy is just out there.
The synergy. A vibe.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think it's, you know, I mentioned The Country from Pretty Reckless, and like, that's not me saying it's bad. It's just not my cup of tea, right? But like the fact that they have been able to do that and then be successful in both and change it up, like that's the versatility. And so it is very cool to see. They are. I'm very glad that you'd made this happen, because it is it's a very cool thing.
I'm really happy I got the privilege of fucking work with them, and their backstory is so fucking cool. Like the whole country shit, they actually talk shit about Nashville so much. They're like, dude, like when we went there, like they erased all of our personality, and like they just tried to fucking wash us out and give us the most basic shit. Originally they wanted to be like the alternative type stuff. And I was like, yo, like you still fucking could. They literally have the talent. They could be fucking huge country artists too. Yeah. They really fucking could. If you've ever heard them sing like raw, like Jill always posts these like acoustic stripped down versions of their songs, and literally killer. I still think maybe a collab with Jelly Roll would be fucking sick for them, but, you know.
Damn. that's an idea for sure.
I mean, Ronnie did it.
Yeah, good point. I want to talk about Limbo, Kasey. Yay! I fucking love this song. I mean, it's, I don't know how to put this, and I definitely don't mean it offensively, and you'll know what I mean. But like, I feel like Deadlands is still in that stage where it's just, and I don't know if it's a singles thing, because you maybe put more attention into one song than like when bands make an album, which, you know, you're getting closer to that spot, as we talked about last time too. But like everything's just a guaranteed banger, you know, it feels like. Like when I did the thing, you know, where I'm going to add this to my playlist before I even listen to it. I just know it's good already, because I always make sure to listen before to make sure I like it. But I'm like, I just know Kasey, CJ, they're on it every time. And this one, I really like it. Of course, I've listened to it the least because it came out, what, days ago, right? So,
yeah, literally 2 days ago.
So yeah, but love it. Absolutely great one, and a little bit different. I think that going from Kundalini to this one, and obviously you got the Seven Deadly Sins theme going too with the EP and everything. But fun music video as well. I was trying to guess which one it was, and it is Envy, right?
It is not.
Lust?
Yes.
Okay, I knew it was one of those two. But
yeah.
Limbo
Kundalini is Envy.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to guess them all.
You got the 3 girls, green.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. But Limbo, congrats on this one. I mean, tell me about it.
Dude, thank you so much. I mean, It's so crazy. So this was like not like a last minute decision to be the single, but like we weren't expecting this song to be the single. We have another song on the EP coming out, and it's called More, and that was originally going to be the next single, but when the label heard Limbo, they were like, "Oh man, like, dude, this one is just crazy. Like this one is just like, it's so different from the other songs that it can absolutely stand out." And I feel like it shows a different facet to our sound, where, you know, we have Kundalini super heavy, like very produced, like just super like chaotic and everything. Villain also is super chaotic. And then you have House of Cards, which I feel like falls into a similar realm to Limbo, but even so, like, House of Cards is still extremely angry.
Yeah.
Where Limbo is just like longing and sad, and like, you know, you have just the way that the chord progressions are placed in there and composed. It's just meant to make you feel a little more like, oh no,
yeah,
you know.
No, it's great. I really like that one. And you know, you mentioned, we talked a little bit about the Seven Deadly Sins idea with Villain, you know, last time we were hanging out in Nashville. When did you like commit to that idea? Because, you know, House of Cards is on the EP. Was this the plan from the very beginning, or were you just like, this is kind of a fun thing where we started doing?
Yeah, I mean, so we originally, when House of Cards came out, because House of Cards came out a while ago, it came out like 2 years ago, which is like, well, it took us so fucking long. I don't even know why. Don't even ask. But with House of Cards, originally we were gonna do like a poker themed EP, because I for some reason I looked up a bunch of poker terms. I was like, oh my god, like these are actually so cool. Like you have like the word nosebleed, you have villain, you have fucking, I mean, literally there's so many phrases in House of Cards. There's like 30 poker terms in that song alone. So I was like, oh yeah, let's do a poker themed album. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, I ain't never played poker in my fucking life. Like,
I can't relate to this at all.
No. And I was like, you know, the theming is cool or whatever, but like, it's just dumb. So then CJ had called me and was like, yo, dude, like, what? Me and Eli, or who is Boy What, me and Eli are writing a song together, and we're just give us a word. And I was like, villain, sure. So we go with villain, and I don't know if it was before or after this, but I was playing Fortnite one night.
Okay.
And I literally was playing Fortnite with my boyfriend Andrew, and I looked over at him and I go, why don't we make the EP about the 7 deadly sins? He was like, yo. And I was like, yo. So I called CJ and I was like, yo, hear me out. He was like, that is a sick fucking idea. And so when he brought villain in, and I was like, all right. You're the villain. You're the serpent in disguise. At the time, it was you're the villain, you're a demon burning white, because you're killing me every minute, every hour of my life, I believe were the original words. And then I was like, you know, this kind of sounds a little bit prideful, but like I still think it needs to sprinkle in there. So I was just like, all right, what can we do to make this sound very like backhanded type shit? And then we came up with the chorus that we have now, and then we were like, all right, now we're committed. That's it. There we go.
And it is
and
working.
Then we had like, yeah, and then we had like the tarot card ideas in that too.
Yeah, very cool art that you shared the other day. Yeah. So
thank you. And I'm so excited that it's finally out and people have finally seen it, because I feel like finally people are connecting the dots with like what I was, because let me tell you what, when I concept something, like I try and bring it down like Sleep Token, bro. Like Ice Nine Kills, you know. Originally, like we wanted to do a short film series along with this EP, but it just, the amount of time
Yeah.
that we had and the budget, it's just like, it just wasn't gonna work. So, but it was fine. I'm like, because I really just wanted to connect all the stories and the cards together, and put them into one little box, and that is the 7 box. So just so glad it's out and people know about it now. It's weight off the shoulders.
Oh, of course, of course. And what were you actually eating for the heart of the music video for Limbo, though, Kasey? I'm very curious.
I wonder if I should even share it, because it's not my secret.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
was not the one to come up with it. But I will say this. Sarah Manuello is the one who did the special effects makeup in that music video. And so she had, like, if you saw, there was like a chest cavity I like punched through.
Yeah.
She made that entire thing out of, like, that foam that's like insulation foam.
Yeah.
She literally made that. And she had made like a latex sleeve over it and everything. And I'll say it, like, the heart is plum wrapped in fruit roll-ups
Okay.
with corn syrup like poured all over it, like red colored corn syrup.
Interesting. I never would have guessed that.
No, not
I
at
feel like you always
all.
assume it's something gross. I feel like.
Yes. No, literally, you're like, oh yeah, I'm eating pig brain. Like, no, it was literally delicious. I was like, I am having a meal right now.
That's incredible. It would have been more metal if you just said it was real. You could have done that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, forget everything I just said.
Yep.
Let's Men in Black this.
Whoop, yep.
And
CJ's dead.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes. He has no heart anymore. I actually cloned him, and he is buried under my house.
Yep. There we go. So
Yes.
for the love of the game, people.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. That is fascinating though, how they can do that, because it looks very realistic, Like,
Right? I'm like, it's fucking crazy. I don't even know how she comes up with this. She actually she has her own band. She's not in the band, but she like kind of manages it. She does like all the creative work for it, or at least a lot of the creative work. And her band is called Uchikatsu, and they're like local to me. And when she showed me this music video, because she was like, oh yeah, like I did this music video with my band, and I did all the special effects for it. I even acted in it, like, because we worked on a short film together, and so we were like chatting it up. And she showed me this video. It's called Burning of the Witch. And oh my God. So she's eating a heart in that video too.
Okay.
And like, we actually had the eating of the heart idea like way before. And I just kind of dropped it to her. She was like, oh yeah, like I actually have a video where I'm eating a heart. There's also like, you have to watch it, bro.
Okay.
You literally, you'll be like, holy fuck, the effects in this shit, like the body painting, the attention to detail is just insane. Like, I was just fucking mind blown, and it was certainly something disturbing to watch, which is
I'm sure
crazy. Yeah. The fact that her special effects were that good, and I don't usually get like gored out, I really don't. Because I'm like, oh, it's fake. Like, I've done this a lot. And then I watched her video and I was like, oh, holy fuck. That's like scary as fuck. And she's the sweetest girl. I'm like,
that's usually how it works, isn't it? The people you don't expect.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every time.
Oh, my goodness. Are you going to do music videos for all these? Or is it just kind of like, I mean, that's a lot.
I wish.
I'm not sure.
I fucking wish. Visualizers, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. We definitely have one more coming. It's probably going to be more on the visualizer side, but it's gonna be like a hybrid, so it's gonna be really cool.
Okay, all right.
I think nobody's gonna expect what comes from that, bro. Like, because we just tried to hit like as many different kinds of sounds as we could on this album, and the next one that we're really putting the focus on is just balls to the wall.
All
it's
right.
Crazy.
That's all the teaser I could ask for.
That's all it is, bro. That's all you get.
Okay, I'll take it. All right, before we do get to the idea here, Kasey, I do have one more question for you about just other stuff, because like I said too, going, kind of back to just where we're at with Deadlands and how many songs that you've had. I was listening to, I think Black Hole came on like, it comes on every now and then, of course, and I'll put it on, but it came on recently when I was like working out or whatever, and I was just listening to it, kind of, you know, sometimes you'll just have songs in the background, whatever you're doing, but like really taking it in again, as I have many times. But, you know, I'm curious for you, like as the singer of the song, and I don't know how much you listen to your own songs, but like, can you hear your progression and development, especially because like being so young when you started and like did those songs? And I'm curious if it makes you feel like you would do re-recordings at any point, just if you, I'm sure, you know, your own worst critic and like nitpick things, but is that a thing that you notice, like hearing it? Because I feel like we can see you really growing and evolving, especially with these new songs.
Dude, thank you so much. I mean, a million percent. Like sometimes I'll get tagged in a story from like, I don't know. It's a fucking post of me when I was blonde and I was
like,
this
who's
was
that?
like 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, oh, that was back when I had no idea how to use flex pitch. Wow. Like I absolutely can tell. And I still, oh my God, I really am my worst enemy. Like I still hold myself to such like a higher standard. And I think we're all like victim of that when we
especially
care about
artists,
something
creative
so much.
people. Yeah.
Exactly. So I try my best not to like dwell on it so much to where I'm like, oh fuck. But then I'm like, well, look how far you come, and it's like it doesn't matter, it's not enough, and I'm like, fuck. Like it is an identity crisis, honestly. But I do listen back to those songs sometimes, and I'm like, man, I really do want to re-record it because there are some things in them that just like, oh, they irk me so much that they could have been so much better than they were. And but it's fine, like that's the progression, that's the floor, that's where you come up from. So again, like I really try not to knock myself too much, and I think the bones of the songs regardless are still pretty good songs and they still hold up. If we were to redo them, I think it would make them ultimately like so much better. But I still think, you know, stripped down like with a guitar and a singer, like still a pretty okay song, especially for a fucking.
Oh yeah, I was not knocking it, by the way.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I fucking love that song.
Yeah, but in short, yeah, I absolutely listen back and I'm like, oh my God, I absolutely hear the difference. I was literally just talking about this yesterday too.
Okay,
it's hilarious.
I just feel like I can imagine that being so much torture for like, you know, a musician. I mean, for me, watching like interviews from like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I'm just like, oh, that fucking cringe lord, you know, I can't even bother or like reading things. I'm like, I wrote so terribly and all that.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating because I don't know if you're a big Amity Affliction fan at all, or
a little bit. I know a couple of their songs.
Okay. Yeah, they redid "Let the Ocean Take Me," which is a 10-year-old album now.
Oh yeah.
That's a good album. Love that one so much, and it's like you listen to that as, you know, someone who didn't make it, and you're like, that's perfect. Like that thing is, what is up with that? And then they did a whole re-recording of it that came out, I think, like late last year. And Joel, you know, he was saying, the singer, like, yeah, I just hated like my vocals on every song. And like, that's so crazy to like hear that from people. And then, you know, their versions that they feel like are perfected, which is still good, but it's like, you notice it when they bring it up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I still like, there's such little things that literally nobody else notices or has brought up to me except for me. And even CJ has his own things that he's like, because he's a producer. So like he produced the entire Sentence on Myself record, like front to back. He mixed it, he mastered it, he did everything on it. And that was like his first real like body of work that he put his name on. And he was like, I had no fucking idea what I was doing. And I'm like, well, but that's the beauty of it. And I also think that it's really cool that everybody does get to see us grow and change. And you know, it's I have never seen that like with anybody that I followed. I mean, maybe like fucking Lindsay Lohan, but not to the extent of like.
What an example.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's doing so well now. Like,
she's back.
Great for her. Yeah, I'm fucking so proud of her. But like, you never see, I feel like, artists evolve the same way, or at least not in the metal community.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a tricky, genre to do that in,
Yeah,
especially pleasing
absolutely.
the fans,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess you're right. Like, Bring Me is probably the best example of that. Of like, because what they started when Ollie was how old?
Ooh,
That pretty
very young.
pretty young, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I would probably say like my age,
yeah. Maybe younger. He was started quite young.
maybe younger. Yeah, yeah. I mean, my digital footprint goes back to when I was 15, and I'm
Of
like,
course.
I watched that cover, and I'm like, oh god, girl, like, I don't even know. But funnily enough, I'm actually like more embarrassed, but not even embarrassed. Embarrassed is not even the right word, but like I cringe more at the stuff that came starting on TikTok, I guess sometimes,
Okay.
versus the first video, because I'm like, well, that was the first cover.
Okay,
Like, of
I like
course
that.
it's gonna be bad, you know?
You're
So
giving
like,
yourself an excuse.
yeah, and then, but I also have to cut myself some slack of like, yeah, well, I was still learning how to like produce. I still don't fucking know how to produce. So like, it is what it is now. But at least I feel like I am getting better vocally enough. So
Hmm. You are, trust me. As a listener,
thank
I
you,
would say so. But yeah,
thank
we all
you.
got to start somewhere, so that's a good spot to look at it.
That's a fact.
And I think that is an absolutely perfect segue as well, Kasey, to getting into Kasey the fan. And to start things off, I mean, I want to know what your first concert you ever went to was.
Okay, first concert or first metal concert?
Concert in general.
I think it was the Wiggles.
Oh, I was not ready for that.
Yeah, bro. The
Oh shit!
fucking
How
Wiggles.
old were you?
Oh God, I was like 3, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was very young. However, if we're talking like an actual
Well,
concert
do
where
you
I
remember that
remember it,
even?
no,
Okay.
absolutely not. I don't remember
I'm so
shit.
happy you said it though.
Yeah, I had to because it's
Okay.
the truth.
That's a
Um,
half one.
yes, that's a half one. But my first like actual concert, I don't think you're gonna be expecting this one
Okay.
either.
Okay.
The Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato.
I can see that. I know you grew up loving a lot of the pop and everything, so
Yeah, yeah,
right along the
that's true.
timeline. I believe it.
Exactly. I mean, listen, and to be quite honest, like, I didn't even like really care about the Jonas Brothers. Like, my mom came up to me and was like, "Hey, what do you think about the Jonas Brothers?" I was like, "Ah, they're like all right, they're cool." She's like, "What about Demi Lovato?" I was like, "Oh, I love Demi Lovato. She's awesome." And she was like, "You want to go see them?" I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, I got VIP tickets." And I was like, "What?"
Nice.
So she actually got like 2 free VIP tickets from her job.
Oh
Like,
damn.
somebody at her job gave them to her. And I was like, "Oh fuck yeah." But I was such a bratty kid. I was pissed we were in the VIP suite because I thought
Spoiled.
VIP was like front row type shit. I thought
Hmm.
we were gonna have like a nice view, but I was like, God, I can't even see the show. Like, I wanted to be close. So instead, I had another one of my friends at the concert, but she was like down out of the suite to the right. Like, she was probably, you have the pit,
Hmm.
you have floor, and then you have like a section, and then the VIP
Right.
seating. So we were in that last section before the VIP seating, all the way over here, and the stage was like down here. But you had a better view, like you were a little closer, so I could actually see, and I was very happy. So it was fine. It worked out.
So
My
how
mom
old
was
were you
like,
for that one?
"Oh God, I think I was like 10 or
Okay.
something." Yeah, maybe 11. I don't know. Young enough to not understand any of what was going on.
Right.
Yeah. So I my mom was like, "God damn it, I wanted to be in the suite." But I'm very glad those seats, like the tickets were free, because I would have felt really bad otherwise.
That is incredible. That is a great
Yeah.
story, a great kickoff there to the
Oh yeah.
journey. Oh my goodness. Um, so like excluding something you're a part of, because I feel like some people might, consider that question, like, because you're going on tours and there's other bands you can go watch while you're there. But so excluding something you're a part of, how often do you try to go to shows now?
I try to go probably like at least once or twice a month. I am like extremely fucking busy, so I try and get out as much as possible, but sometimes it just doesn't pan out that way. But yeah, I'd say like once or twice a month. If I can go to more, I absolutely will go to more.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I wanted to ask you this as somebody who gets on stage, but like I did 3 in a week this past week because Memphis just got hit with a bunch of people. So I was like, I gotta go. And it was kind of the first time, I've been making sure that I go to at least one every month for like 2 years now. And this last one I went to, I was kind of getting a little worried about my hearing. I was like, I'm probably taking some damage here. So for you, like, do you have fear of that but I guess the speakers maybe a little more in front of you than like for us in the crowd. Do you have fear of your hearing health at all?
Sometimes, definitely sometimes, because we have in-ears. So we have like actual monitors, but I crank that shit.
Yeah, it's completely plastic.
I'm not worried about the speakers. We don't even really use wedges, but like the monitors, they're just I make them so loud because I'm trying to get into it, get in the vibes, and also like they have to be at a certain volume for me to hear myself.
Yeah.
Like if they're too low, and then I am just more prone to fuck ups, and I am just not about that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that has to be incredibly common, right? When you talk to other people, other singers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So then, do you have a music preference type to see when you go to shows now? Is it exclusively metal? Do you still try to go to others? Like, what do you like to go see?
It just depends. I mean, like, metal is affordable. So I will always fucking get out to any metal show. Pop punk even is great. I'm going to see Honey Revenge, Vanna, Daisy Grenade, and then I believe there's like one more person on the bill. Maybe there's 2. God forgive me, but like that is like a very mashed up bill where you have some pop punk, you have some metal, you have everything on there. So I can appreciate the fuck out of those. But I also I fucking love with all my heart. I love Billie Eilish. I would kill to see her live. I would literally cut my arm off to see her live. Like she's incredible. So it just depends. I also go to a bunch of local, just regular fucking the cover bands. Like my boyfriend actually does sound for one of those cover bands. And I'm going to see them tonight after all is said and done. So
awesome. Okay. Do you get recognized much at this point? Like, how is it navigating? I guess more so metal shows. That's probably more likely, but I'm sure that happens, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. At shows, definitely. I saw Spiritbox, Dying Wish, Loathe.
Oh, so good.
And oh my God, who else was it? Was it?
It was just those 3. Gel was supposed to be, and they fell out.
Supposed to be there. Correct. Yeah. But I got recognized a fuck ton there, and nice. I assumed so. A lot of our fans are Spiritbox fans, so it would only make sense. But I get so happy when I get recognized. Oh, and the craziest is that I was recognized. We were in Florida, and I went to Epic Universe, the preview of Epic Universe, Universal. Yeah. And somebody, literally, we first got to the park. I think I had just gotten off of a ride that was that would soak you. I think it was called Fire Drill.
Okay.
It was How to Train Your Dragon World. And this is the preview. So there's only 10,000 people allowed in the park at this point. And someone fucking came up to me. I was like, oh my God, I just want to let you know I love your music and stuff. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, thank you so much. That's crazy. That was a really crazy experience. And I think that was the most random place I had. No! And the GameStop by my house.
Okay.
I was like, that is so wild. Now I'm getting encountered in everyday life.
Right.
I was used to just shows, but now it's whoa, I actually do stuff.
I actually had a crazy moment. This just made me think of it, not to bring up my own stories, but
no, tell me.
This was I think this was 2019. So this is my 10th year doing my career, right, as a journalist.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
in 2019, I had to switch like flight shit from, I think it was like New York to, no, I was going to New York and I was like stuck in Atlanta or some shit. I had to adjust, over the phone, the flights and everything. And the lady on the phone recognized my name.
What?
And she's like, "Are you the?" I was like, "Yeah, this is crazy. That is me." But yeah, that tripped me out big time.
Yeah, dude, that's really crazy. The fucking airline,
Yeah,
that is nuts.
I know.
That
I
is
know.
nuts.
That one.
It's a thing, like, it's also got to be so much harder when when you're a journalist, just because your face isn't everywhere, you
Yeah.
know? So, like, and the fact that, I don't know, I fucking say, even just, I would probably recognize reading your name
Yeah.
as just any sort of journalist versus, like, hearing your name, even
Yeah.
so. I don't know.
That
I
makes
don't
sense.
know.
I get what you're saying.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, no, I was like, this is fucking wild.
That's awesome.
So that one always sticks with. Hasn't happened since. Probably will never again. But shout out to that lady.
No, it'll happen. It'll happen. We're
Oh,
manifesting.
geez. Yes, we are. But as for the shows, Kasey, I'm curious, as a fan in the crowd, do you prefer the small venues or the big venues? It kind of depend on the band.
Mm-hmm. It depends on the band.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because the small venues are great because you can't get a bad view.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like,
True.
you have it everywhere. But if like a bigger band gets shoved into a small venue, then you're like, all right, we need to like calm it the fuck
Yeah,
down.
it's a little crazy.
Like, yeah, I wasn't even there for this. I bought tickets for my boyfriend to see Make Them Suffer, and I was gonna go with him, and then I was on tour, so I was like, fuck. But it was fine. He went with CJ, and they had like the best time. But he was like, yeah, dude, the crowd was just insane, and they were in way too small of a venue. They oversold, and it was just fucking hell for them.
Jeez.
It was sweaty, smelly.
Oh yeah.
And crowd surfers just falling on top of each other. It was nuts. So I was like, yeah. But when you put them in a bigger venue, I feel like the crowd surfers have some more room and they're not getting sent up as much, So
Right.
I think also just the air in
That's
bigger
true.
venues are a little bit better. And the production
Yeah.
is always super sick. But I don't know. They both have their pros and cons. But I would say overall, I would probably still say a smaller venue.
Yeah, the intimacy,
This is the experience. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I saw Iceland Kills back in I'm looking 2017.
Okay.
I have a set list on my
Nice.
wall for it. And the show was like not even close to packed, like at all. It probably had half the room full. This was literally right before Silver Scream came out. They played Enjoy Your Slay as the encore. And Spencer still brought the same fucking energy as he does today.
Yeah.
Like, he stood on the fucking crowd and like, how old was I in 2017? I think I was 15. And 15-year-old me was like, holy shit, this guy is like a king.
Yeah.
And he is just a monster. And I love him and I want to be him. And yeah. So I like that. The moments in smaller venues are what did it for me and like wanting to really become an artist, I think. Even Attila, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I saw Attila at that same venue. They sold it out, and it was just fucking insane to be like this far away from like the people that you admire so
Right.
much. So yeah, I would still say smaller venues.
Yeah, I think I agree with that too. And in most common sense, it's like I think the crazy like soccer fields or some shit. Like I saw Foo Fighters in a soccer field last year. I was like, this is pretty sweet, but it's different,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't even like the Metallica stage is fucking weird to me too.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not my cup, but whatever. I still loved Metallica. So
As a performer, do you think it depends too on the venue, or like do you like the smaller shows, or?
as a performer, you're always gonna, at least in my experience,
Mhm.
like I always love like the huge fucking crowds, just because it's always an accomplishment, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
The smaller venues, I tend to get more nervous
Oh,
because it's
okay.
more intimate,
Yeah.
which is really weird because you'd think like, oh, a sea of 1,000 people or 2,000, 10, whatever it
Yeah.
is, like you're like, oh, like you're just on autopilot and you're just taking it all in, and you just feel so happy for yourself. Meanwhile, if there's a show of 10 people, I'm shitting myself because they all know. They
Yeah.
all know that I'm right there and they all see and they're all in my face, and that now I have to go up to every single one of them and give them eye contact, and I'm really mad at that. You know?
Okay, I'll remember to talk to you after the next show I go to rather than before, like last time.
No, dude, no. Any fucking time.
Yeah.
You want to talk, I'm there.
That makes sense though, because like everyone's more clear, right? It's just like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz now like if I'm in if I'm performing in front of a sea of 10,000 people, right? Like I don't have to look anywhere. I
Mhm.
can, and you know what it is? I'm just really, I get so scared to see people's faces if they're not enjoying it.
Okay.
I
That
will
would get me too, you
absolutely,
know.
yeah, I will absolutely like point out the fans that are really getting into it, and I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, man!" Like hyping them up, hyping me up. You know, I love that interaction so fucking much, and I do absolutely look for that. But if there's that one person in the crowd on their phone or like not paying
Mm.
attention, like actually there was this one Nita show where I I looked down and I saw this woman. Everybody else was sitting up. She was sitting down on her phone, and I was just like singing at her, just being like, "What is going on?" And I looked at the guy next to her, and he was just like,
Yeah. It's
and I was like,
disappointment.
I shook my head. I was like, I don't even know, guys. I was like, whatever. But it's funny to do some things like that for me because I'm like, yo, I understand being on your phone for 2 seconds, but you've been on your phone the
Right.
whole show.
It's
And
like a
it's
movie
like,
theater. Same
yeah,
thing.
it's like, well, whatever. It's fine, you know.
People
But
gonna do what they're
looking
gonna
at,
do.
yeah, and then I'm like, I myself, I just don't want to get upset because then it ruins the vibe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't enjoy it. Just like, I don't know. Don't show me that you don't enjoy it.
Yes. Don't make it obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a
People
crazy?
like,
Yes. Do you have a craziest story that stands out from a show that you've been to as a fan?
oh yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. There is this one girl. This was the second time we played at Dingbats, and it was packed like crazy. We had a technical sellout that day, and no, oh my God, I'm lying. I'm totally lying. This is the first time we played at Dingbats where there was maybe 15 people, 20
Okay.
people. Um, so there wasn't a lot of people there. I think there was probably more than 20, but it doesn't matter. There is this girl who she was coming up on stage and she was like just dancing with me while I'm singing or whatever, and I'm like, yo, this is just fun. Like it's just one of those shows where we're just fucking around having a good time. And this girl comes up after the set and she goes, I broke my thumb. I was like, oh my God. And it's literally like
Oh
fucking looking
man.
all crazy and shit. I was like, girl, you need to go to the hospital. She was like, it's fine, I'll go tomorrow. I was like, holy shit, like that is crazy. But she was like, you guys are amazing. I break my thumb every single time I come see you. I was like, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. You're my favorite. Thank you so much. You
Oh
know?
my goodness.
Fucking wild. But I was like, girl, you need to go to the hospital like that.
Yeah. This is not looking good.
Yeah, yeah. But it's fine. She had a great time. I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially if it happens every time, then it's whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That was for one of your shows though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what about when
That
you're
was
a part of the crowd? Have you had seen something insane before or
Mm.
it sticks with you?
Oh God. I'm sure there's been some crazy ass shit, but like I mean, I was at Warped Tour and I got thrown up on. Does that count?
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty. It wasn't a lot. It
Okay.
wasn't a lot. And it was only splashback.
Nice.
It was still fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I mean, that
I was
seems like the Warped Tour experience, if we're being honest.
yeah. Well, and like the dude didn't even apologize. I was like, I get you're throwing up and shit, but like, I would be mortified
Yeah.
if I did that to somebody. Like, I'd be like, holy fuck, let me pay you all the money in my wallet, get you clean clothes. Like, I like literally just nothing. I was like,
all right.
wow.
I will
bro.
go and clean this off.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just didn't know what to do. I literally just didn't know what to do.
Fair reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So this is an interesting question that I didn't even think of for the project, but somebody asked me a couple days ago this week actually, and they were like, have you ever had any, I think it was more of like a Memphis question, because they were like, any scary or, problematic moments when you go to the shows or anything? Like, I guess being a guy, fights maybe and stuff like that, but wherever she was asking from. And then she kind of brought it around to like being a woman and having those experiences maybe of fear in the settings, because, it's male dominated, of course. Have you ever had any maybe problematic situations, I guess, like that being, out there?
I mean, there's been fights. I very, very minuscule in my experience, at least. But I also I used to go to shows with my brother, and my brother is 6'3" and jacked. So
he took all the height from you, Kasey.
No, exactly. I'm like, can you save some for me, please? It's fine, whatever. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I remember, I had made Attila some like custom jerseys that I bought for them. I like spray painted on them with like fabric paint. I was like, I just want you guys to have these, hang them up on your wall or whatever. Like, I got come to find out they were women's jerseys. I was like, fuck. So they never wore them. That's fine. Didn't expect it. I did try. But so the drummer at the time threw me a drumstick after the show. Like, I was front row center, obviously a little girl.
Yeah.
I was like 16. So he threw the drumstick at me. I caught it, and then some dude next to me tried to fucking rip it out of my hand. And my brother is like on tug of war, playing tug of war with me.
Goodness.
I was like, bro, I made them jerseys. What are you doing? Like, that was to me. Absolutely not. I'm like, let me tell you what. I was singing every single fucking word. Number one. Number two, I am a young female. Number three, you are a man that almost looks middle-aged. Why do you think he would throw it to you over me? Why?
Use your brain.
Yes, I'm like, I know what I did today, and I'm wearing literal custom shit on my body that says Attila. So do you think that he would throw it to you? No. And the security guard yelled at my brother rather than the dude. He was like, hey, let her have it. He was like, this is my sister. I'm trying to get it for her. This dude is fucking fighting. He was like, both of you let it go. And I was like, thank you.
I love when you break out the accent for the stories.
Oh, you got it. It was New York City. What else was I?
What was I supposed to do?
What was I supposed to do?
And shout out to your brother as well, because he also sings, right? He's also into music. Yeah.
Yeah, we're cooking a cover up right now.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
all
just
right.
a little baby
All
one.
right,
But people were like, yo, you need to get your brother on a track. I was like, I'll get him on a cover. Don't worry.
We're working.
Yeah, we're cooking.
So was the last show that you went to, was it the Spiritbox one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I believe.
Where'd you see them? I saw them in Atlanta.
I saw them New York City at Hammerstein Ballroom.
Ooh. Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
It was
so fucking great. So great. My goodness.
Yeah.
Tsunami Sea is one of my new favorite albums.
It's so fucking good. What's your favorite song?
Maybe No Loss, No Love. I
That's a
always
great
say I
one.
always say that backwards. Is no loss, no love, or no love, no loss.
No loss, no love.
Yes.
That is a fucking
Tsunami Sea
banger
though, like
song.
that one. Black Rainbow, I fucking love Black Rainbow.
Like it's so sick.
Ride the Wave. I mean,
Ride the Wave
which you
is
just
my
did that one, didn't you?
pride. Yes. That is my pride and joy off that album just because how eerie it
Yeah.
sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Spiritbox just has a way of capturing this energy of just like looming doom,
Mm-hmm.
gloom, and they just do such a good job at that. And that song was like the epiphany of it with the choirs in the background. And just, I literally felt like I was like in the middle of the ocean where a storm was about to fucking
Exactly.
do.
Yes.
Like,
It
so
encapsulates it
cool.
so well.
So well. And there's a fucking pirate ship in the distance that's like haunted. It's like the Flying Dutchman's coming to get me. I'm like, let's go.
Oh my goodness, you got to help him with the music videos now for the
No,
next ones.
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, yo, sign me up, Courtney. I'm here. I'm here.
Yes,
I'm here.
and we'll manifest that tour as well for the
Thank
future. I
you.
cannot
Thank you.
wait for that, and cannot wait to see you with Scene Queen as well, Kasey. My goodness, that's coming up. Which Scene Queen I have only known about for a little bit, but fucking ridiculous in a great way. So,
Oh yeah.
are
Oh
you
yeah.
excited for this?
Oh, I'm so fucking hyped. And I have met Hannah multiple times before like we got this tour. And so I met her. She played her first tour at the Mercury Lounge in Brooklyn, which is like a fucking 300 cap room, not even. And it was sold out. It was fucking great. She had me up for Pretty in Pink along with my friend Taylor Destroy, and it was just fucking crazy. Then she had me up at the Worcester Palladium, and it was also fucking crazy. I almost killed her because my mic cable wrapped around her goddamn foot, and
What?
I was just trying to give my energy. I was like, blah blah blah. I literally see her like, what the fuck? It was crazy. It was crazy. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god. She's like, I'm not being a friend anymore. I'm done. She never said that ever. Never gave any sort of indicator of
Oh my
that ever.
goodness.
And then she was like, oh my god, like you guys submitted for my tour. Fucking yeah. I was like, yes, my god. And I can't wait to be like, yo, I'm sorry I almost killed you.
Right.
I felt so bad.
Almost feels fitting for the show, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it was her birthday too. I was
Oh.
like, I'm gonna kill you on your fucking birthday. That's so bad. That is
Then
so
in the news, Kasey Karlsen kills. We don't need
fucked
that.
up. Fucked up, man. But I mean, I am just so stoked to be playing for her because she just brings the energy
Yeah.
like no other, and the fact she is so like genre blending right now. She's got the country now.
Hmm.
She just has fucking everything, and I just can't wait for chaos. And her crowds just get so into it too. Like they're not just fucking standing there and
Right.
observing. Like they're all like so wanting to be there, which
Right.
is my favorite part about it.
Absolutely. We love the good energy and the good times. So that will
Yeah,
be
man.
very fun. I'm very excited for you and all the great things coming in the future, Kasey. So we could wrap it up on that one. I've taken plenty of your time and I appreciate you so much, girl. Really, it is always so fucking fun talking to you. Like, could just keep going, honestly, but I don't want
Yeah, it's
to
my
ruin your
fucking
night.
pleasure, bro.
Yes.
No, thank you. I am gonna get some grub as soon as we're off, though.
Fair enough.
I'm
I don't want to be Jack, so
no.
none of that. So, but all right, yeah, I'll let you get on with it, Kasey. And as always, congratulations again on all your fucking success. I'm so excited for 7 to hear the rest of these tracks and everything else that 2025 will bring because we still got plenty of year left. And yeah,
Dude.
hope to see Deadlands again soon. So as myself, getting out to a show, and I will do whatever I can to do that. So until then,
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much. And obviously, if you are near any shows, let me know. I will slap you on the fucking list faster than you can say, can you put me on the fucking list?
all right, I love that. I appreciate it so much. But okay, Kasey, I'll let you get on with the Friday. Happy Friday, and
Happy
thanks so
Friday,
much, girl.
bro. Good to talk to you, Drake. I'll see you soon.
Yes. All right, see ya.